2021, and the stream should be live. So today we're going to be doing something completely different than we'd usually do, which is that I'm going to be working with Java Swing, which is not a library that I have ever used. So, yeah, so I got the window builder thing, and I built this simple little calculator layout that I'm going to be trying to make actually work. So there's that. Apparently this just generates the backing code for it. But I am trying to see, there we go. Yes, okay. And did I spell everything right in the actual title? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. It is just update that, and maybe we can say software development. Yeah, I can add that tag, and sure, no, well, sure, we'll add that tag. Yeah, okay. So anyway, so from what I understand of Java Swing is very little. I've tried using it a little bit on my own. It's kind of interesting. But the first thing that I want to do is I actually want to I want to move the initialization of this into a main class. So I'm just going to call this .main. Nope, that's not where I want that to go. I want to rename this, refactor rename. It will not have oh no, actually it will have calculator in it. Never mind, I'm wrong. We're going to say, create another package, call it, I don't know, layout. Yeah, and then this will be our main class. I'm going to move this into there, that's fine. Alright, so what we will do is we'll grab all of this nonsense. We'll move that into, well, we could also grab this as well, that's fine. We will just use this, create a calculator, this will be fine, just get rid of that, we don't need it, who cares? Sure, that's not a useful comment. Yeah, Control Shift, oh, the calculator, oh, so the frame is not there, okay. That's all fine. What we can do is we can create some getters and setters so that we can actually get some of this stuff. In that case, if the frame is not visible, I'd rather say calculate, I'd rather have a public void show method, if that's true. And then we can say window dot whatever dot set visible, which will be this frm calculator whatever f2. Let's just Alt Shift R, rename this to, I think this is the frame. Yeah, frame. Okay. That's fine. And so we want this to say window dot show. And so we don't need to specify this as a calculator. We can just say var. We'll just say calculator, calculator dot show. Yep. Exception, sure, we'll catch all exceptions. That's a great practice. In our POM, I believe we have logging. Yes, we do. Okay. So what we can do is we can say public static void, or no, public static final logger coming from slf4j. We call it logger, and then we say logger factory, I believe, dot get logger. Yes, for main.class. Yep, that's fine. Then what we will say is logger dot say logger dot done or dot info done. All right, let's try that. In theory, this should run, right? If I'm thinking about this right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I don't want it to print that right now though. I want it to print that when it terminates, like that. I should print it when it terminates. I don't think I went over the reasoning for doing this. The reasoning for doing this is, well, that's very interesting. So the reasoning for doing this is that I want to add a UI to the what's it called? Well, I want to do a couple things. One is I want to add a UI to the test framework that we've been building, and I want to use Java Swing for that, possibly. Just because, well, actually that I might use FXML for, or JavaFX, I should say. But I also want to do a tutorial series on like design patterns and how you apply them to various situations. And so I was looking for a UI framework to build an application, and I looked at JavaFX, and the problem with FX is that right now it is just an absolute nightmare to set that up. I have no idea who came up with the process, but dear God, it is bad. Yeah, so I don't want to do that for like a design patterns kind of thing, just because it would be really hard to set up. Say an error occurred. Is it occurred like that, or is it occurred? I think it's like that, right? Sure. Let's say it is. No, it might be occurred. Fuck, I can't remember. Whenever I think about it, alright, well, we'll just Google it. Occurred. It is occurred, okay. With 2 R's. I was right. I start to doubt myself. And in fact, we could just say a new calculator.show, but it's not really that relevant. Okay, so the getters and setters, we need to be able to get all of the buttons and things. So we'll do that. I believe it is source generate getters and setters. Generate getters and setters? Yes, so buttons, basically all the numeric buttons I just numbered 0 through 9. Then we have the decimal, minus, multiply, plus, divide. The equals button, which basically just repeats the last operation, and then the value as well. Okay, I think that's all we need to get. And really we just need, say, select the getters only. No. Nope. Nope. And nope. Only the get value, okay. Generate, there we go. Okay, so is my understanding that this doesn't have the concept of like, that's probably fine. This doesn't have like the concept of observables or anything the same way that JavaFX does, so we might either have to steal them from JavaFX or use our own. But I don't know. So that is the layout, and then the main thing is that we need an actual class called calculator that represents our application here. And then this should actually create the layout. So we'll say is public calculator, which will be this, and we can get rid of this layout for now. I don't think anyone cares. The event queue, all that nonsense needs to go in here. And then this just needs to be a new calculator. Just creates a new calculator. I mean, then we can say like .run or something, because I just don't like doing it in the constructor. I don't think there's actually any harm in doing it with the constructor. I just don't like the constructor. I just don't like doing it in the constructor like that. Yeah, that's probably better. Then we can have the logger just go in here. I mean, I didn't really need to remove it. In fact, I won't. I'll do that, and we'll just do calculator.run. Yep, that's fine. All right, and now I feel a lot better about this. All right, and this should still run. Yeah, okay. And so if you're not familiar with this layout, this is sort of like similar to the TI 108s that you see in classrooms, like in school. The difference being that the clear button is not in the lower left like it usually is, and the equals button is a little bit smaller. But yeah, I mean, those are laid out a little bit differently. This one is just this way. So the first thing I want to do is in the calculator itself. So this layout is sort of the view, and then this is sort of both the model and the controller, which is kind of fine because we only have one view. But yeah, I gotta think about this. Does Java have any like observables by default? Value. Observable value with fx 2.2. Does this really need to be in Java? It really needs to be in Java FX, doesn't it? Does it really? Oh my god, does it? Oh, that's terrible. Alright, I mean, I guess we can create our own observables, why not? Then just like an observable value, I guess. Actually, no, just observable. F that. And so observable of some type T, and then void set T target, and then yeah, or maybe just update. Yeah, update. Yeah, set. Or actually, do we need? Never mind. Why do we need observables? What am I thinking? What am I thinking? No, because observables would only be if we care when something changes, but we actually don't. We only care about the on-click stuff. So never mind. That's not true. All right. So we would basically need. Actually, no. We do need something. Observable. Because basically we need something for the value field. So yeah, I'll just say T. Then avoid set. Call it T. Say target. No, this should be an interface. Wait, no, it should be. I'm really struggling with this for some reason. Because I want to pass in. No, I don't. Yeah, I'll just do it the bad way, and then we'll figure it out later. That'll be the value that shows on the actual calculator. Then we'll have public void set value. Int value. It won't be an int actually. It will be a big decimal. What am I doing? Ooh. But will it? Yes, it will be a big decimal. That's right. And then it'll be value. New big decimal of 0. This will set the precision to 0, which I'm not a fan of. Because really we want to get the first non-zero digit. Oh, that's... ugh. I don't know. We'll say we'll track, I don't know, 4 digits of precision. We'll probably change that later. So we'll say, yeah, that's fine. And then we'll have the protected, I think it's called a text area. Is it in java.awt? Is that what it is? It is a JText field, right. A JText field, display. So whenever we want to set the value, we need to say display.set text. Then it'll be value dot can we get the actual, can we set the precision? So we can get the scale, we can set the scale. What's the short value? Oh, just short, okay. Also, let's just say two-plane string. Sure, that'll work. So whenever we want to run this, we initialize everything. Say public void initialize. So what we want to do is we want to say set value to be 0. Right, new big decimal. Oh, this is going to become a problem, isn't it? We'll just keep that like that. That'll be fine. Set value and then value equals value. Yeah, value equals value. This dot value equals value. Okay. And then what we'll say is the calculator. Calculator. Nope. Oh, we don't have the layout here. That should be fine. Calculator layout. I'm gonna say layout equal that, layout.show. And then in this we will run initialize. There we go. Haha. So to initialize this, we set the value to 0. So what I want to do is I want to go into here, I want to go into the design, then I want to go into here, and I want to get rid of this. Yes, okay. So if this worked, what we will get is our calculator will show up with a value of, I think, 0.0000. Or it will just crash. That's fine too. Right, because this doesn't work, blah, 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 for various reasons. That's going to be fun to debug. So the problem is that we have not hooked everything in. So that should be in display, or no, sorry. Yeah, no, display equals layout dot get value. Yeah. Okay. This should run and do what I said. There we go. Yeah. I don't know why it has only 3 zeros. Oh, because I put 3 zeros. That would explain it. Okay, I like that. Actually, we could just say big decimal of 0. That's probably fine. And so now, I need to hook in the, like, whenever you press the number keys. So whenever we do that, actually what I want to do is I want to append a space to the end of this. Actually, we're going to have to put in like a string.format format or something to make this actually work right. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do is put in a string.format. format. But we'll do that later. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to do layout.get button 0 dot add, I think it's action listener. Yeah. So it will be a public void. We'll say on click, yeah, number. And then we'll have an int, and that will be the number. So this is going to be, I think, event to on click number 0. Right. So I think what we want to do is we want to say value times equals to, no, I want to say value dot dot power. And I think, oh no, we don't want to raise it to a power. We want to say dot multiply. No, we do want to raise it to a power. No, we want to multiply it by a new, we'll just say, I really don't want to create a new big decimal every time. Say protected static final. Say big decimal, call it 10. New big decimal of, say, 10. And I think when big decimal, yeah, I think when big decimal, well, I don't know. Value equals that. Our value, you don't like that because cannot contain, wait, what? Oh, it seems to reference itself, I see. Say new value, say new value plus equals new big decimal. Nope, can't do that. Damn it. Dot add new big decimal. And we'll say of number. Then we'll say set value to be new value. Is that right, or do we need to multiply? I actually don't know how calculators, I don't know, no, it's left to right. They move left to right, that's right. That would make sense, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. So we'll say 8, we'll say 9, we'll say 8, and we'll say 9. Alright. So I think that will make the number buttons work. So we say 1, 2, 3, that does not work for some reason. Why does that not work? No, wait, really, why doesn't that work? This is on-click number. Surely this works. Nope. No, you don't need to switch. Do that. Okay. Then if I click this, okay. So new value, oh, right, because we don't, right, I understand. I always forget, big decimals, have to be assigned. You have to assign the result like that. Yeah, just because of how they are. So this, if we do 1, 2, 3, yeah, there we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, perfect. I think 0, yeah, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to call this raw number, and then we're going to create a var number equals new big decimal of a raw number. So now this raw number can go there. Then we're going to add the number. Perfect. Okay, so set the value, then we have that. Okay. Now I actually have to think about adding. So we would have to have a protected big decimal, say previous decimal previous. So here, whenever we do this dot value, we say this dot, no, that wouldn't work. Yeah, that wouldn't work, okay. I always forgot how these are actually, I just forgot how these are implemented, so we'll say update value. So, because usually what you want to do is you want to store the previous number, and then whenever you're done with an operation, you want to actually do that operation. So for instance, have like a do operation, and it would be like, no, wait, I guess it wouldn't. It would be like, you'd pass in some lambda that would represent the operation you want to do. So it would be like it'd be a bifunction, it'd be a function, it'd be a bifunction. It'd be a bifunction from big decimal to big decimal and big decimal. So yeah. Which is an operation. And I think that's all you'd want, because it would do it on the current value. Yes. So what it would do, it would say var, no, it would say, right, no. It'd say this dot value equal, no, say value equals previous. No, sorry, previous equals value, right. Previous equals value, which we would want to do that at some point. But I think we want to do var new value is equal to operation dot apply the current value and the previous value. And then we want to move the previous value, or we want to move the current value into the previous value. Is that right? I think it is, yes. And then we would want to say set value to be, or show update value to be the new value. Is I think how that works. And so then you would have a public void start operation. And that's right, do operation actually would have just, you'd store the operation. Right, here you would store the operation. Yeah, okay, I understand now. Yes, you have operation, and then this needs to be initialized to something. But anyway, you do whatever operation you're doing. So in start operation, you would actually run do operation, if it exists. Because this is like, so you would hit the plus key, so you'd have a value, you'd hit the plus key, we would move the current, we'd do the current operation, then we would update the value, then we don't want to update the operation. Oh, but that, trying to think. So we'll just say operation equals, and I think it's do nothing, right? If we'd want to create like a do nothing. Yeah. Say like protected, static, final, whatever this nonsense is. It's like do nothing. That is given A and B, we give you back A. I think. But no, that wouldn't work either. Ooh. Right, because the thing that I'm worried about is hitting the thing multiple times. Because, like, to start it... Alright, well, let's think about this. Alright, so start operation. Alright, let's just... Maybe we don't need that. Maybe that's only after you hit... No, because whenever you hit a key... it's annoying. Do operation. So I guess we would say if... Say operation is not null. Maybe that's it. Operation not equal to null. So if it's not equal to null, the new value is that. But no, if it's not, we don't want to change the value at all. Right. So if operation is null, we just do nothing. We just return. We don't do anything. That's fair. So yeah, we'd say do operation here. And so we do whatever operation we're starting to do. So if you hit like A plus, and then you hit the plus key again, it would do nothing. Yeah, okay. Or 1, 2, 3 plus. Right. So you'd execute the operation, and then you want to actually store what operation you're about to do. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this. Just don't know the actual thing. Start operation equals operation, and then we want to update the value to be, or we probably want to reset the value. We'll say public void reset value, which is that we just update to 0. So yeah, we'll just reset that, and then we will reset that there. Alright, so multiply by 10. Actually, we can store a copy of 0 because it'll never change. So you can just say update value to 0. Right. So I think that'll work. And then basically we're just going to say layout.get button, and it should be plus. And we'll add an action listener, which is an event to, and its start operation. And then we're just going to basically put that down there. Oh god, I don't know why it's doing that. Alright, do a start operation, and then given left and right, oops, given left and right, we're going to add left and right, which would be left dot add right. Yeah. So that's plus. And then we can do minus, divide, and multiply. Say minus, oops, I want that right below here. Then divide, and multiply. Okay, why do you not like that? Is there too many? Are there not enough? What do you not like? We need another one? Does this have to be on the same line? That can't be required. No. No, wait, but seriously, what's the actual problem with this? Okay, you're not happy no matter how many I put in. No, but like, what's your actual problem? So we get rid of this. There is the correct number, so that's not the problem. Okay, so now you're happy about that? Okay, so let's get rid of these. I don't understand what it was unhappy about, but okay. Minus. Just subtract. Say divide and multiply. 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 In theory that should work, right? If I run this, what am I gonna get? Oh, that's not where that is. So I said 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3. What do we get? All right. Have to do. Whoops, that broke. It actually broke. Oh, interesting. I don't actually know what broke. Operation, it just... Oh, it's a null pointer. Why was there a null pointer? Oh, because previous has nothing in it. That's right. Okay. So previous should just be set to 0. Say this dot previous. No, it'll say previous. Equal 0. Right. But that would be a problem because it would mean... No, wait, what would it mean? Why? So it got updated. We reset it. Update value, previous equal value, but value is not null. Okay, why did that happen? So let's say we have 10 times 5. Then we do that. Okay, we end up with 0. That's not what I want. Alright. So let's say layout dot get button, call it repeat, add action listener, event, and then we'll say do operation. Let's try that. So we said, 5 times 10 equals, and then that doesn't work, because why? Alright, let's check this out. Because it sets the previous value to the current value. No, it doesn't. This doesn't resolve the operation. That's the problem. I said 5 times, right. So operation here will be null, okay. It's 10 equals, and then so this, the operation is there, okay. Now let's step over. So the new value is equal to the current value, which is 10, and the previous, which is 0. Why is the previous 0? Previous should be 5. I think what we want to do is we just want to move, if there's no operation, then we want to do nothing. Why is my brain not able to do this? Because I don't think, we want to do whatever we were going to do. Or do we? Maybe we... No, I think we do. Because we have the issue where... So if we do this... So we do this where that's the only... Starting an operation, we say previous value equals value. And then operation equals operation, and then we reset. Like, I think this works, but I don't think it gives us the behavior we want. So we said 5 times 10, right? We say equals 50, right? We say this again. Oh. That's interesting. That's not what I wanted at all. So run as Java application. So I don't know, 2 times, whoops, we didn't have a clear button, right? We said layout dot get clear dot get, no, clear, no, wait. Did I not name the clear button? Or did I call it reset? I must not have named the clear button. Is that true? Did I do that? That. It is the button clear, but it must not have a getter or setter. Or sorry, a getter. I actually don't see it. Why is it there? No, wait, why is it there? Wait a minute, what? No, wait, like, why is it there? I'm a little confused. Okay, so maybe... Maybe it was a little confused? Turn, not that word, return. There we go. Okay, then we would say dot get, so I would say clear dot add action listener, and that would be from event to reset value. Yes, okay. Now this should work. Right, so if we said, I don't know, 10 times 2, we could clear this, and then we could say 2, and we could say equals. So this should multiply by 200, right? Or that's times 2, so 8. I don't understand why it's doing that. So 2 times 3 would equal 6. And then it should be 6 times either 2 or 3. So there it was 6 times 3, now it should be 18. Now it must be 18 times 6 is what it would be doing. So it should be doing 18 times 3. Yeah, alright. So the previous, so actually it would be an operand, right? No, wait. We could just store, no we couldn't. Say operand, right? So if there is an operation, so we're starting an operation, the previous is going to be equal to the value, because we want to store what we just, or what we have, and then in do operation, we want to actually apply the operand to the previous. No, wait. I want to apply value in previous, which is the current value, to whatever the previous was. But we don't want... No, we do want to store it. Ugh. It's hard for me to think about this. Because I know that, like, the equals button on a calculator, like, repeats the previous operation. But we can't just repeat the previous operation, because it doesn't have the value stored in it. Ah. God, why is my brain not able to think through this? It's very annoying. Also, there's the question of how the precision gets handled, which I really don't know. Start an operation where we will take the previous, take the value, move it into the previous, which is correct. And then we set that operation, and then we reset the value to 0. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to, whenever we hit the equals button, we want to actually do the operation. But I think we want to store the value. Or something. I don't know. I think that's roughly right, though. I am curious what will happen if we try to divide something. Say, I mean, if we have 10 and we divide that by 2, we should get not that. No, seriously, wait. What? Why does that happen? That's interesting. Left dot divide by right. No, why did that happen? Is it right? No, it's left divide by right. Which is the current value, which is 10. No, 2. Oh. I guess that's the only case where it would matter in terms of ordering. That's interesting, though. I mean, we could just have this apply right to left, but I think for the other cases it literally doesn't matter. So yeah, 10 divided by 2 is 5. And we clear this, we say 10 divided by 2 is 5, okay. We say 1, 2, 3, right. Yeah, 10 divided by 2 is 5, okay. So what happens if we have, say, I don't know, the thing we had before, 2 divided by 10, if we start adding things to this, it's just gonna, yeah, not work. We have, clear this, we have 10, no, 2 over 10. Now if we press 3, or yeah, if we press 3, what happens? So we get 5. So we multiplied that value by 10, which gave us 2, and then we added 3, which is not what we want to do. We basically want to shift numbers into there. But I don't know how we do that. I mean, I know you could do it with a string, but that doesn't tell you what the actual value is. You could parse the value out later, I suppose. That might just be the way to do it. It might be the easiest way to do it. I don't know. You gotta think about it. I to do this though, because I think it'll look nicer. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, yeah, there we go. So, yeah. Oh yeah, that's interesting, okay. So yeah, I've always been, well actually we can get the negate button too. Layout dot get button, oh yeah, we don't have a, do we have a negate? Have repeat, oh yeah, sign, not add. Action listener, no. Action listener to event, and then this is like public void negate or something. So this is just literally update value to be value dot negate, something like that. Let's run that as it is. Run Java application. So you can't have plus or minus zeros. So that's fair. So you have 2. You have minus 2. Perfect. So if we had say 10 plus 5, but we negate it, and we say that's equal to 5. That's perfect. We have whoops. Nope. We have 10. We negate it. Whoops, no. We have 10, we negate it, and we subtract 10. We should have 20, or yeah, negative 20. Cool. Then we negate that, and then we add, I don't know, another 20. Should get 40. Yeah, cool. Times 2, 80. Cool. Okay. Decimal stuff doesn't work, but I'm fine ignoring that. I just wanted to do like a basic sort of thing to see if I could get it. I wanted to do like a little bit of work with Swing before I actually started building out the UI for sort of the test framework that I was building. So yeah, a little bit of a shorter stream today, but yeah, that's what I wanted to work on. I find it embarrassing that I struggled so much with that, but I don't know, for whatever reason my brain just never understood how these programs were supposed to work. Like how you're supposed to store the previous value and stuff like that. I mean, to be fair, I don't really know how a regular calculator does it either. So that's part of the reason that it's hard for me to model it, because I'm sort of guessing. But yeah, tomorrow I think I will try to do some building the UI and stuff like that. Anyway, thank you for watching the stream. I will see you tomorrow.